Welcome to part 2 on how to knit this beautiful glove. Isn't this beautiful braided glove? I love it, love it, love it. It's perfect for gifts, and Valentine is coming. That's why I chosen red. I thought it would be perfect. So I wanted to share this tutorial. So we're on part 2, and I left you. We did the palm, we did the increase, and now we're going to do the braid. So again, we're going to be knitting on the left hand. I hope it's focusing nicely. It's not blurry or anything. Okay, so again, I am knitting with a bigger knitting needle, so don't forget to do that. So what we're going to do is the first stitch we're going to be purling. Okay, the first and the last stitch. Okay, so we're doing this area right here. See, right this part. We're knitting this, and then we're going to knit this. And we need to do some increases. Sorry about that. My battery died, and it was still taping until I had to plug it in. So I got confused there. Okay, so we're starting the front of the glove, and the first stitch I am going to purl. And then after that, just checking. Yeah, see, I missed another strand here. So just be careful when you're knitting. It happens. Here we go. So 1, we're knitting the rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th stitch is weird. Okay, 6. And then here we're going to make 1 increase. And then we're going to knit all the way to the end until the last stitch. We're going to purl that. Just like this. Just checking if I missed any strand. And the last stitch is going to be a purl. Okay, so here we did this part right here. Okay, purl, and then we did an increase in between, and then we did a purl at the end. And it doesn't look, but it's right there. Okay, and it looks like it's seamed, but it's not. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to be knitting like this for 4 rows, and every other row. So this row we're not going to make an increase. Right here, we're not going to make an increase because we already did. You know, when you're knitting flat, you purl one side and then you knit the right side, right? So for this, to make that, we have to knit 2 rows to make that. So we need to knit 4 rows. When you say 4 rows, it's actually 8 rows. Okay, in between, I say 4 rows, and just to give you an idea. So every other row, don't forget to make your increase. And then when you come to the front of it, don't forget to do the purl. Well, you will see the purl stitch because we already done it. And then at the end we do the purl. Okay, and don't do any increases on the front because we're going to do it later on. And then we're just going to be knitting round and around. Okay, so I will meet you back after 4 rows later to knit the glove. Okay, so we have did our increases, total of 5. We did the first one together, and the remaining 4 you did. And after, this is how you can count your increases, so you should have total of 5. And we're beginning at the row again. We're going to do our 5th. Okay, to do that, I'm just going to move my needle and pull this. And then we're just going to knit this and then make our increase right here. So that's going to be our 6th increase. 6th. Okay, here we go. So your stitches should increase here. And again, I'm using a 4mm knitting needle. Okay. This is the palm of the glove. Now we're going to be knitting the front, and we're going to starting knitting the braid of the glove. Okay, so I just move my marker just like this, and I make a stitch. Okay, and I knit the last 3 stitches. And I start, we're going to divide these stitches by, we're going to divide it by 3. Okay, and we're going to make 1 stitch. Okay, so we're going to knit the purl. We're just going to knit the purl. And then we're going to knit 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then you need to get your DPN. You need your DPN. So we're going to pick 4 stitches. And then we're going to hold it at the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to hold those 4 stitches at the back, and we're going to knit. We're going to knit 5 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to hold that purl. That's going to be the last one to be knit. So just try to pull it. We don't want to lose that stitch. And we're going to pull this right here. Just try to pull it. It's a little bit tight to knit because 5 stitches is a lot. Just checking. So we're going to knit 1. We're going to knit the second, but I'm not going to let it go, and I'm going to make a stitch. Okay, so I made my extra stitch. 3, 4, 5, and then you should have total of 5 stitches. Okay, so we made a stitch. We made our increase, and we're going to knit this last purl of the stitch, and we're done the first row. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but the more you knit, let me just grab my other, here it is. Sorry to move. So this is how it's going to look like. It's a little bit tight at the moment, but this is how it's going to look like. Okay, I think I stretched this a bit by wearing it, right? So that's going to happen a lot. Because I kept on wearing it, try it on. I was just curious. I got so excited. So this is how it's going to look like. So we finished this part right here, and we're going to knit. We're going to knit 8. It was 4 rows actually, but 8 when you do it to double back and forth. And then after that, we're going to repeat. So we're going to repeat 2, 3, 4. I did 5 times. And 5 was enough for me. Okay, so I'm going to continue knitting and doing my increase. And I will meet you 8 rows later. Don't forget to do your increase on every other row. So we did an increase. This row is just going to be knit, nothing else. Okay, we're not going to do an increase because we already did an increase. And I will see you a couple of rows later. This is all I'm going to do. Knit, 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 nothing else. But other than that, this is how it looks like. You will get the hang of it for sure. I'm sure you will, because I am already getting the hang of it on the second. I did the right, now I'm doing the left. So after knitting this, I will knit more. And I'm getting other ideas as well, so stay tuned. So I will be back. After making our 10th increase here, yeah, I said 4 rows, but no, we have to knit 5 rows. So every 5 rows. And then I just finished the 10th increase. So I am going to start the 11th, and now we're going to work on the braid. So we're going to overlap it. Overlap it means that when we're dividing it by 3, 2s are on the front and 1 is on the back, and it's called overlap to create that beautiful braid. So I'm learning these, like, for the terms I don't know, but I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean? You knit, 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 and then you find out these terms later on. So just wanted to explain that. There's always terms for everything. Okay, so I am going to be knitting. So we're starting a new row. That's why I'm starting from here. Okay, starting the new row, which is the increase. I finished every other row. So again, it's not 4 rows, it's 5 rows. So when I see 5 rows, that 5 rows means 10 rows, because we're knitting back and forth, because we're doing the increase every other row. Just to be more clear about that. I'm sure there's a written pattern somewhere. I'm just knitting this as I go. So I haven't sat down and written a pattern. If I do, that would be possibly pages of information. And that's why I like to do tutorials instead of writing them down, because someone has to edit it and it's too much work. For me, it's easy to just sit down and do the tutorial and record it. So this is actually for me, because I forget things. I forget numbers. Like, I thought it was 4 rows, but it's actually 5 rows. So now I'm recording this. It is 5 rows. And then we start the new overlap. Like we do a row of dividing them by 3. Okay, so here I'm going to make my increase. I'm knitting and making a stitch. And then, as you can see, it is shaping right here. Okay, so I'm going to move my marker. And then I'm going to knit the last 3 stitches. Okay, here, when we're doing the braid, the overlap, so we need to do 3 increases on this row, on this part. 3 increases. On the previous we did 2, and now we're just right in the middle, so we're going to do 3 stitches of increase. Okay, so we're going to divide it by 6. 6, 6, 6, 6. 6 times 3 is 18. But I don't have enough 18 stitches. Okay, so I am going to be knitting this stitch. This is a purl. Okay, and I will pull this. Oh, and I dropped my DPN. Oh, this is just perfect. Let me see. It's hard not to move because I'm taping. Oh, and I'm bending. I can't bend down. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab one. I like these DPNs, they don't slide. Like, I don't lose stitches. Okay, these are bamboo though. Okay, so 6 stitches. I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. 5 and then 6. Okay, and then I'm going to hold this. This one's going to stay on the front. Okay, just let me just grab the other glove. Mittens, I think I was told that they have the fingers. This one doesn't, so it's called a glove. But who pays attention, right? So we're right here. Okay, we're right here. We're doing the second. So I pull this one, so this is going to stay on the front. Okay, and then this one we're going to knit. But that one, I'm going to knit only 4 stitches, and I'm going to make 2 when I'm knitting it, okay? So I'm going to knit 1. I'm going to make 1. Knit 1. Make 1. So we have 5, 2. Oh, don't count the purl, not the purl. So 2, 4, 5, and then this last one. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to knit got a little bit confused there. Trying to pull this, it's a little bit hard, but we're going to pull this, the DPN, this way, and then I don't want to lose any stitches, so it's a little bit tight. Okay, so we're going to knit these 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's tight, so just try to pull it. And it looks like the yarn split when I was knitting this, so I need to fix this. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. So let me fix what happened here. No, it's not split. It looks like it was split. Sorry about that. Put it back. It's hard to create something one of a kind. Here we go. 5 and then 6. Whew, done. It's a little bit tight because I'm knitting with, you don't have to knit with needles like I am. Okay, let's fix this yarn. And then, as you can see, there's 5 stitches here, so we're going to make 1. Okay, and I will do that right away. I will make 1, just like this. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. UPIU, we done this row. Yeah, it's a little bit tight, but it turned out fantastic, as you can see. So I'm going to knit again 5 more rows, and then I will meet you and then continue increasing. I'm gonna come to the thumb pretty soon. Okay, right here, as you can see, we're gonna come to the thumb. So continue doing your increase, and I will meet you 5 rows later, and we'll do the 3rd overlap. What we called is the overlap. but the end result is just fantastic. It's just a little bit tight, you know, to knit this braid. Just looks fantastic. Okay, I'll be right back. I have knit to the point that I'm going to separate the thumb. So it's hard to word these stuff. I had to think about it. So to do that, I have total of 26, 27. If you have 26, 27 stitches, what we do is I knitted 14 here. Now I am going to move these stitches to yarn, which I usually don't do. But when you're knitting socks or mittens, gloves, you can't do that because it's hard to work with them. So you need a scrap yarn like this. And I'm going to grab my crochet hook, which I have it right here next to me. I don't have to look for anything else. So what we're going to do is... My camera keeps on moving. Sorry about that. Okay, so I am going to make a slip knot. And we're going to do a bit of crocheting. This is the easiest way. Okay, so I made a knot. 10 stitches. I need 10 stitches. So there's 2, 4, 6, 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, I'm gonna knit one more stitch. So there's supposed to be 10 stitches here. Yeah, because the 10 stitches works great for me. And then I pick up 5 more stitches. And then I divide that by 3, and it works perfect for me. Okay. Forgot 2. Okay, so I am going to pick 2 stitches. 2 stitches right here. Just like this, and I'm going to pull. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next one. Grab it. So making a single crochet, that's what I'm doing. Well, not a single crochet, it's a slip stitch. Yeah. So they're going to rest right here until I finish my glove, and then I will come back to finish up because I have to cut my yarn, right? So after cutting my yarn, I will come back and I will do the thumb. And so fun. And I just love the end result. Okay. 3 more to go. And this is the last one. I cut my yarn too short. Should have cut it longer. Oh well. And then I pull this and I do a slip stitch. And ta-da. So this will rest. And I am done with the marker. Okay, but I do need another waste yarn. So again, I cut a short one. I hate wasting yarn. Yarn is so expensive, especially here in Canada. The time we order, the time it arrives to my door, we have to pay customs, and it's like, they're expensive. So that's the reason I always pressure my yarn. Okay, so I made a slip stitch, made a knot, not a slip stitch. Okay, so I'm going to pick up only 2 stitches. Okay, so going to 1, and then pull this underneath, and then make another one just like this. And then I'm going to secure it. And I will pull. Okay, now I am going to be using these to knit, because we left here, right? My yarn is still here. So I'm going to use these stitches to knit, because there's a huge gap, right? So that's the reason we made that chain, and I have made a knot here. Let's see, what did I do? Here we go. So I'm just going to continue knitting. I'm not going to join or do anything. Okay, so here we go. Let me just set myself here. Fix it. And I'm going to come close as I can. And I'm just going to knit these 2 stitches. Just like this. Later on we're going to frog this, and we will use those 2 stitches and the 10 above the bottom. And then what we will do is there would be 12, so I would make 3 more stitches, pick up 3 more stitches to close these gaps, and we will together knit the thumb. Okay, so we finished this part. Now we're going to be coming here, and we will continue knitting 5 rows, which is back and forth. That's 10 rows. And then we will make our second overlap, which is the braid. Okay, so I will come and show you how to do that. And so far, it's going to be like this. I haven't blocked this or anything. It's just been, I've been wearing it, and doesn't this look nice compared to this? This will look nice too. Okay. Let me just pull this and pull this, and I will put it on so you can see. See? It's already nice and stretched. Oh, I put it on the wrong. Oh my goodness. This is the left. Here it is. See? The thumb. Isn't this nice? Fits just perfect. Finally, I made myself a perfect glove. Because it was always loose for some reason. Yeah. With knitting small needles was the trick. Because most of my gloves, my mittens, are Angora. Since I was not a teenager, but in my early 20s, 18 years old. Angora was very popular in my days, so maybe that's the reason. I still have from the Bay Angora glove that I kept. I didn't donate that one. So just to show you, when we come back, we will pick up stitches to close this gap. See, there's going to be a huge gap. So here as well. So we will pick up stitches to close those gaps, and when you wear them, you won't see anything. Yeah, so we're here somewhere, right there. It's just a miracle that we create. Okay, so let me just knit this, and I'll be right back. Just love it, love it, love it.